Hello, Moreni. It's your boy, Gospel all the way from Queenstown, but St. George and Mogu. We out here, man. We out here. We out here. We out here. Welcome back to the sixth episode of From Creators to You. Today I've got digital sangoma, but it's digital. We here. We've got to put sangoma today. On our show. Good man.
Show my brother, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And thank you for
Uh, yeah, thank you for joining my show. I really appreciate your time and your little time from your busy schedule. So, Dabulela man, good man. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Without further ado, I know you're a busy man, so let me just just get into it. Hello to everyone who just joined us. My name is Ugospendule Nwala. I'm all the way from Queenstown, but St. George on Christian Academics. So yeah, we here today. My guest today is Digital Sangoma, based in Cape Town, born in the Eastern Cape. Musician, producer, videographer, if I can put that in, because I know you also do videos. Beat maker, young and Rondo. Good man. Mandingabe kule ntuza bra ndikuhlalisa ixesha elide la way. I want to know, bra, you started off as a man, Maf. How, and then you transitioned to digital sangoma. How and why?
It happened so naturally because at the time, I was producing and I was doing more sentimental music that was very close to me, which is still what I do very much actually. Um, and then and what then I started doing, I wanted to experiment with dance music, but incorporate traditional sounds into it because that's my influence.
Yes, sir.
In a village in Eastern Cape, and then what happened because I thought at the time that I wanted to separate the two and maybe just do an act where it's focused mainly on dance music, obviously incorporating electronic music, and then. And then I spoke to a friend who tweeted digital sangoma on his timeline on Twitter. And then I was like, yo, man, that tag is super dope. Why don't we sit together? I'm working on this project. Come on. Because he was doing hip hop at the time. So yeah, let's do this. I'll produce it. And then it's going to be separate from what I do as Mandi Mafu. And we're just going to be focusing on dance music, obviously bringing all those elements together. But because of his own priorities, obviously he had his own things to do, and that didn't really take form. But I continued producing, and then I really enjoyed that sound. I really connected with the sound because I love music that moves me. I like to dance, and I like and then from that point, and I started producing. And then I ended up sort of like fusing the two because I sing from the heart, and then I started doing these live set on the streets of Cape Town. Like I did maybe 3 of those, where I would just take my setup because I have a mobile setup, and then I'll just take a mobile speaker that's rechargeable and I'll play on the streets. And when people when they saw that, they resonated more with that, and then I also resonated more with that. And then I had to go home to the
For sure.
And from there, something really touched me because that's where the music started. And obviously, we always Chama Kwengwe said, we are church and all those.
Showcase. Showcase.
You get what I'm saying? And then.
Benguza.
Yeah. So I had to incorporate all of those elements into my sound, and then I felt like, yo, man, I think this is more like me, and that's how it started. So naturally, it wasn't.
Oh, Beautiful, beautiful, man. Interesting. It's a nice actually it's a nice story behind the name Digital Sangom. How did you start your production? How do you get into production? Qale njani wena, Khotman? Did
I,
you like just sit down and just do your thing, or you went to school, or how did
oh
you
yeah.
start?
I studied sound engineering. Um,
Oh, really?
it's like, yeah, it's sound. Just and then when I got there, like because I've always had a passion for music, and I knew that was something I wanted to do. And then I went to study. I did sound
Mm,
production, like the whole, which had nothing to do with music. I mean, there's this like 30% of it you focus on music, but the rest of it, it's like it focuses on pretty much everything else that has to do with sound, live sound,
mm,
Foley. None of that stuff was
mm,
I was interested in. And then after that, I did a short course in electronic music programming and
mm,
started producing. I was producing at the time when I was doing my sound because that's the reason I went there. I discovered
mm.
um, Reason 4, and then I started.
Oh, that's way back.
Yeah, yeah, like 12 years ago.
That's way back.
So yeah, and then I was introduced to Pro Tools and I started producing, and yeah, the rest is history.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, beautiful, Herman. I've been listening to your music, not to be a good interviewer, but just for the sake of having to know who am I talking to.
Yeah.
And plus, ke ngoku, I bumped into your music. I think on Tobani M. I think you know him.
Yeah.
Basic Tobani he goes, but yeah, I bumped into your music in his story, and like Sandan Funda na Tobani. So I bumped in, and then you know what intrigued me? It's that digital sangoma. I was interested in that. I'm like, what is it? When's Andoni Londo? Why? Like, there's digital and there's sangoma. Those are two different worlds, like, and this person manages to put them into one and call themselves that. I needed to get to know that person. I needed to,
Yeah.
um, listening to your music. I know you have like a huge Xhosa influence in your music. Great, man. And I would like you to really like just describe it to the people. But okay, what is it exactly? Because I know there's a fusion of EDM, Afrobeat, and there's a whole lot, man. There's a whole lot. And so, how would you describe your music when
I think,
as an artist?
yeah, man, I always struggle with this question because I'm influenced by, yeah, because, I use my computer to create music, and I use
Mm,
what I have access to, and I use all the digital instruments, not like traditional instruments. Only recently I started really incorporating guitars into my music. Like only this year, and I mean I have tracks that I've done previously where I had a guitarist, but now, um, so obviously being a Xhosa village boy from the Eastern Cape, that was influenced by
mm,
all these traditional ceremonies that used to take place, and
yeah,
obviously that's part of me. That's just who I am, and then
oh yeah.
always, um, so a lot of that. It's not even me trying to create something really
Mm,
comes out, and then I'll just then put it into um, to a digital format, I guess. Because it's just a matter of how I express how I feel. So if I feel a certain way, I'll have a melody in my head, and then I'll just go in the studio, and then I'll just create something, or sometimes
mm.
sitting and playing around with chords, and then that will evoke a certain emotion, and then I'll start from that point, and then it will take me to a certain location, and then a story will come from that. And I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, yeah, it actually does. It actually does. And I thought, man, ngiyabulala. What gear do you use, bruh? I know I've seen like the live session of you. I'm wondering what gear I they're using and to perform and to produce. Is there like a certain software that you use,
Yeah,
or do you just
I use a software called Ableton Live. And what I like about the software is the fact that but the reason I went to that software because I can literally take my studio stamps and take them to a live environment and just manipulate them as I would like. Because
Mm,
what I have on the record and the finished product will never be the same as the one that I've used when I'm performing because I like to improv. I like to put in certain elements. I will actually create a new track, obviously with the same chord progression, same melody, and just change the drums and certain things. So I use Ableton
mm.
Live, use Ableton Live Push, which is that sort of like it's an instrument for
Drum
Ableton.
pad.
Yeah, the pad, the sequencer, and
Yeah.
I use that for my drums. I use that for my scales and for my chords, and pretty much for everything, and even for mixing sometimes. And then I have a Roland TR8S, which I use
Mm,
uh, for for live as well mostly, and then I also use it for some of the production. And I also have
mm,
an APC Key Mini. I have a NT2A Rode. That's what I use to record all my vocals. And
mm.
Solid 2i2. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of the
That's
equipment, USB monitors, studio monitors.
yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like ngathi zininzi eziweyunazo man.
Yeah, but you know what? You actually
Mm,
don't need that much to produce music, you know. But it's just for me, I had access to those things, and obviously they make the process much easier. Don't get me wrong, but you don't really need to
yeah.
have all of that for you to produce and make beautiful music. Um,
Uh,
but you know, it has really added so much value to my production and to my sound, and
yeah.
something that I'm really grateful for, you know.
Yeah. What keeps you making music on man as a creative itself? What pushes you to like, okay, you know what? Kukhona laa nto kuthiwa yi-writer's block if you do write your music. Um, kukhona laa nto kuthiwa yi-writer's block. Like, how do you get over that? What keeps you going when uqonde, I need to make this track, I need to finish this project or whatever you're working on? What keeps you going as a creative?
But I never feel like I have to finish a track. Um,
Oh,
Never feel that pressure, you know, because I've made so much music over the years and I've got so much music that I haven't released. Um,
mm,
I think, yo, man, what keeps me going? I don't really put pressure on myself, you know. I tell my truth, you know, and I don't really feel like I have to. Because I think I don't know because I love music. I love creating. I love making music. I really,
mm.
really I cannot not make music. It's something that you know, and I think that's the passion, the love for making music and creating, and being
Yeah.
able to express myself in that way, you know, and because
Mm.
you know, we've got a lot of emotions as artists, you know, and I go through so much, whether it's something positive or negative, and music helps me in that way, you know. So it's the passion, the love for it, and
Drive.
yeah, the drive, and being able to release whatever emotions I'm going through, you know. So that's all of those things.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Rodman, I feel a lot of emotion, especially with that digital sangoma project. Like, I have my favorite songs, Payana, um, Molo Mama. Woo! Fire, 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 fire. The one you put out a video for, oh, Nalezo Jula. I listen to that almost every day.
Oh wow. Thank
What else? No, into Mbentle. Oh, I'm done. I'm done, man. Like, yabona ke, once kulalele yandvele ngiqonde yerra, 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 le Grootman lena, le Grootman.
Oh wow, man.
But yeah, man, I must say, bro, I appreciate your music. It really helped me through a difficult time in a way. I was going through a lot of things here. So and then like just listening to the lyrics, listening to the elements, and just I'd dance in my room, one and their clients up the room in. Ishubile bhuti kuqhusa nje apha kule room yam, but yeah man, amaqesha man, really appreciate especially those three songs. Yabona those three songs.
Wow, man.
Yeah man.
I'm truly,
Yeah, with that
um,
Buddha.
no, I'm truly honored and I'm truly speechless, man. I don't know how to, all I can say is thank you and I truly appreciate the love. And I'm so glad that I'm able to touch you in that way, you know, and help you through something because that means so much to me more than anything else, you know, and I truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. With that being said, man, if it wasn't for your music career, what would you be doing?
what would I be
Just interesting.
doing for the music? Sure, but I have a job, right? I have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Which yo
Okay,
yo.
I have to be straight. I have to be straight. I think it's important that we have this conversation. You know, I think you know, a lot of us, you know, especially us artists, you know, we struggle and there's a stigma attached to being an artist. You know, people have high
Mm,
and as a result of that, we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we end up doing things that are regrettable, and then we end up having low self-esteem because we're putting so much pressure, and we have this idea that if you're an artist, you have to look a certain way, you have to wear certain things, you have to dress a certain way, you have to drive a certain car, and those things, you know, they don't really matter, you know. And I think you can
mm,
get to a point where
mm,
you can sustain yourself, where you're able to live off your music. But I'm not at that position at the moment, and I don't want. I am I am working towards that, but I'm not really consumed by it. I don't make music
mm,
from a desperate point of view where I have to make a living. I make music purely from from a point of me expressing myself, wanting to connect with people, wanting my music to be out there, you know, and wanting to
mm,
share my music, obviously. And I do want to get to a point where I make a living. Don't get me wrong, but that's not the.
mm,
But also, having said that, I also understand some people they're not coming from a position that I come from because I'm able to work and feed myself and have a shelter and live a comfortable life, you know, besides the music thingy. And I think there's no shame in that, you know, and until
mm.
such a point where you can actually sustain yourself, then you can live off your music. So yeah, I do have a 9 to 5, and that's what I do, you know, to actually invest in my music and invest in my career.
Mm.
If it wasn't for that, then I won't be able to make this music that I make so that it connects with you, it touches you, because I'm as human as you are, you know. So it's
Mm.
no, I'm not a star.
And yeah,
Music has happened to be something that I really love and that I really enjoy doing, and it makes me so happy when it touches people, and that's what I want to do, you know.
yeah man. Cela undiphe nje ixesha wena Khulumani ndifunda nje i-comments apha.
Yeah, sure.
Uleko underscore Mati is waving to hi.
Hello.
Ununu underscore Ngema. Uti, wow, this is beautiful. I never knew him. Listening to Nyamezela, I'm already loving the sound. I have a question. Here's the question, Gehelman. Um, how does he manage to save all this spiritual sound in his head? Do you want to answer that, Gehelman?
How do I manage to say the spiritual sound in my head? I don't know if there's a process. I just, there's no really a process, you know. It's just I think it's the music that you see that you have out there, you know. It's my story, it's my truth, and when I make music, I don't really think about what to sing. I don't think about what the next project will be. I simply go with what I feel, and I'm honest with the music, and I think that's what people resonate with. So I don't really have a tactic or strategy as to what to come next, and what it really goes to what resonates with me, what I feel comfortable sharing, and what I feel like is honest self, and that's been that. So it's never really, there's never a strategy to it. So it's
Yeah.
me, you know.
Okay. I hope Sis Nunu they he answered your question. Usigi underscore Mashi Uti it's a healing sound indeed. Even the aesthetic on the videos are everything. Yeah, and I really want to say I agree with her when I thought, man, the aesthetic is like ooh, on point. Um, this conversation, Usigi Futi says, this conversation is coming up to a lot of important, to its importance. Indeed. Man, good man, because, I do, in case everyone is watching who doesn't know what I do photography most of the time, you
Wow.
know, and I'm in love with videography, to be honest. I'm still learning that part of the world,
Yeah.
but my focus now is like photography and all that. I know you shoot your own music videos, you do your own thing. Do you edit yourself, bruh? Okay,
I do. Wait, before I answer you, I want to say thank you to Siki and everyone that's watching. Yes, and I've seen your work too. It's amazing. You know, and your timeline looks beautiful, man. Like those photos are really dope. Are really dope. You know, those pictures that you have on your Instagram, they're super dope. I cannot do that. I cannot do that stuff that you do. And answer your question, yeah, man. I shoot my own videos and I edit and direct all of them, and yeah, pretty much, you know.
that's
But the time that you see me in the video, then I would have a friend or someone to assist me. Then I'll give them directions as to what angles I'm looking for and what emotions I'm trying to capture. So pretty much,
I think I should come to Cape Town.
you should.
I think I should come to Cape Town. Man. Do you have any other project that's on the line now, or you just chilling, yeah, doing your thing, just producing?
No, I have. So what the plan is?
Besides the one you recently put out now.
Yes, I have a song that I put out with the lovely vocalist. Her name um, is Celine Chica. She's an incredible artist. So I have that, and then we pushing visuals for that next week. We already shot the video like 2 months ago.
Mm,
So, and the nice thing, we collaborated on that actually because she did some editing on that video. She's an amazing creative being, you know. So it was really nice to actually work with someone like that, and we feed off each other's energy. And then the chemistry was really dope in the studio. And we created the song, and we saw eye to eye, the vision aligned. And so I have that coming up, and then after that, I've got another song that I'm going to release. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in December or January. I'm just going to see what's happening, you know. And so I've got
mm,
that, and I've got a lot of music. So the plan is to release a song every month and a half or every month or every second month. So in between and just
mm.
create this content that I'm trying to push because I try to communicate with as many people as I can and share my work with them just so that I can interest them and see where we grow from there, you know, because I do this as an independent artist and that's for me
Mm.
that's the strategy and that's the plan. Sorry, just to release some
Yeah.
music that I'm excited for. Collaborating a lot with a lot of artists too. So
Mm.
yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of artists. Some you know, some you don't, and
You wanna give us a spoiler maybe?
oh, I can't.
Like what can you Yeah, man, I must man no, I'm looking forward to the new projects and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And it's gonna be a blessing to our ears, to the whole of South Africa. Let me read. Sigi commented again at NQF. I'm already following you. I'm gonna follow back just after the show, for
I don't.
sure. Yeah.
Shout
I
out
must
to
give a
the
shout out to
huh?
I must give a shout out to everyone who's watching now. Man, here's another question, man. If you were younger, if you were talking to a younger you now,
Yeah.
what advice would you give that younger person?
Um, what advice would I give to my younger version?
Yeah, your younger version of you, what would you say? Yeah, I go.
Uh, just never stop dreaming, you know,
Mm,
and and uh,
mm,
and just accept, learn to understand yourself and accept yourself, and be okay with
mm,
everything. Be okay with yourself and just acceptance, you know, and understand. Because I think with that, you know, when you get to a point where you understand and you accept certain things, and it brings a lot of understanding. So you learn to be patient with people around you, with your craft, um, with anything in life, you know, and you deal with things differently, you know, and that's a skill that I think we all need to have. And also
mm.
when you're like that, I feel like nothing is ever about you. You are able to actually give people their space and without having to impose too much, because you then understand and just be a good person, you know, and all
Uh,
that's what I think I would say.
yeah. What do you enjoy the most about being a digital someone? What is it? Do you enjoy the most about being an artist, basically?
Being able to create music, being able to, yeah, like I cannot imagine a life where I can't make music.
Mm,
I think that's where I find my joy, man, like making music, and
mm.
yeah, just being an artist. That's what I enjoy the most.
Um, you were involved in the in this playlist. I forgot the name of that project. That a
Yeah, man.
playlist where you were in the aquarium. How did
Yeah.
you go about doing that? How did that come about?
Um, you know, they booked me at the festival 3 years ago, and then obviously they've been following my growth and my music, and so when that came about, they reached out, and then Ivan, who's a co-founder of CTMF, he's a big fan of my music, and to
Mm,
partner, so they felt like it would be perfect for me to come and play a set there. And I had an amazing time, actually. I really did.
yeah,
And
I also had an amazing time listening, bruh. Like,
thank you, my brother. So that's how that came up.
yeah. Down memory lane, 2017, the spot. Let's go back.
Yeah.
I did a bit of my research. Yeah, so man, how did you get there, and
Yeah.
what did you do in order for you to get that interview in a way?
Interview.
Because I'm uh
Which interview now?
the thingy the thingy they wrote, the article that they wrote about you on the
TMF.
Red Bull.
Or Red Bull Studios. Oh, that.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
it was,
That's what I'm saying.
remember,
Lane ita.
remember those videos that I had? The videos that I had that was playing on the streets?
Mm,
So it was based on that. So this is what I did at the time. So I reached out to those guys because I was trying to get out there as much as I can. And people also shouldn't be ashamed to say this, you know, because that's what you need to do. You need to reach out to people because because nobody knows me and nobody cares, and no one is going to go out of their way and try to look for me as an artist that they don't.
mm,
So it's up to me to actually knock on doors. So that's what I did. And then Jake from CDMF, he related more because I had two projects, right? It was Mandi Mafu and there was Digital Sangoma. And then they said,
mm.
yo, we want Digital Sangoma. We want you to come and play at our festival. And that's how it came about. And then so I played a set. It was a Saturday afternoon. I think it was a Sunday afternoon. I played at 2 o'clock. And my set was at 2:01. It was for an hour. But from that point, everybody came around in the back where I was playing. It was a stage outside, and I think I had an amazing experience, man. And then from there, the guys from Red Bull, they came out. Ivan, who was a cultural manager of Red Bull South Africa at the time, was like, "Yo, you have to go and do an EP at Red Bull." Um, so and then from that point, I said, "Yeah, anytime, let's do it."
Mm,
And a week later,
mm,
I was at Red Bull and I did those three songs, and then I had an EP
mm.
that was released.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so man, where can people find your music? Because there might be people looking like us talking here and they don't know where to find your music. Where can they find it? Um,
it's on all digital platforms, from YouTube to iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, Google Play, Amazon, Tidal, you name it. Every platform
mm.
that's where the music is. And if you can't find it, forgaza it, you know. So maybe it has. And it's part of music, man. If you have it, it doesn't matter how you find the music. So this is just for me personally. I'm not saying that it's okay for people to do this, but just for me,
Mm,
if you want to pirate my music so you can share with your friends, by all means. It doesn't cost
mm.
anything but time, you know, and because I
And
create
it's
my
healing.
music, you know, and pardon me.
The music is healing, bruh. That's what. Let me quickly answer Nje, this question, Kasigi. She's asking at NQF Visuals, where are you based and how is everything working out for you as a videographer? Siswam, I am based right now, I am actually in George, Western Cape. I am from Queenstown. I was born in Mount Fred, Kulele Komani, and I came to George to study. I got here 2 years back, 2018. That's where I started my photography and everything. I started off as a side hustle. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this thing. I used the Malia textbooks to actually go buy my camera, everything, Jay. I'm not saying that it's good to do that to people. Please don't get me wrong. Um, how are things working out? Honestly, now it's a bit slow with regards to this corona thing and all that. It's been going a bit slow, but I've been like trying to do whatever I can do to keep the content going and push out. I remember this other one time when I once DM'd you and asked you a few questions, and you told me to just doesn't matter what, put out the content, and then that got to me. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just try everything because I love portraits and ngithanda ukufota abantu, but then ke ngoku ka ndingafumani bantu, let me find an alternative to actually put out something that is actually beautiful, you know. So I started just doing any type of photo. I started doing your car photography, but the toys as um, and then I started like now I'm actually shooting to get what I want, because what I want is like going out for brands, your big brands like your Nikes, your
Yeah.
what. So that's my aim now. That's what I'm shooting for. Um, when I hope that answers your question when I say Sigi. Khulman, let me come back to our interview before I talk more about me because I'm so passionate about video and photography. I could go the whole day. Yeah. What's your proudest moment to date, right? You are proud
Proud-
of this. This is what
The proudest.
proudest moment or the proudest project. Let me say it. Um,
Uh, Yo, I can't pinpoint it. You know, there's been, I see, that's a difficult question. Uh,
mm,
oh yeah, I think it was when my folks look at me and, cause, you know, and they were like, because they helped me a lot in many ways, and then they had no doubts on this music thing. And then when they looked at me and then heard some of the things that I've done, and then obviously had people coming and wanting to work for us to work on some big projects, obviously I had to turn down.
Mm.
And that moment of seeing them, like, because they don't really understand the industry, and then they look at me and be like, wow, actually this this thing really, he's good at this, you know. I think that was
Mm.
I've got so many. That's one of them, and also the recent one is, I think it's the performance at the aquarium. I think that was like I watched that so many times. That's the first performance that I've ever watched as many times as I have, because I usually go and just check and see what I did wrong, what I need to improve on.
Mm.
But what that like it really did something on me, and it's like I don't know how to put it, but looking at that and seeing them, I just couldn't recognize myself actually when I was watching that.
Mm.
You know, I really recognized. I was like, yo, wait, and and for, but also it was scary at the same time watching that because
Mm.
I don't know, because it triggers emotions, and it also not only that it triggers certain emotions, but also there's a bit of fear that comes with it. And it's like, okay, what's next? What am I gonna do next? That's gonna surpass this, and you know, also I have to watch it from a point of, because I have to watch my ego too at the same time. You know, I have,
Mm.
you know, like as much as I want to watch it, but also I have to monitor how I relate to that, because when I get there, music is something I like it to be something that I do to express myself. I'm not like, music is my life. I've got like,
Mm.
there's more to me as a person than the music that I do, but it's something that I do that I believe I do well. But I don't wanna be consumed by it, because there's a danger. So it's tricky. It's very It's very difficult to. I don't know if that answers your question.
Pinpoint.
It's so much.
No, go on, no, go on. How do you educate yourself, bruh, to better your craft yako? Because that was my point of the show. Like, how do to help people like educate themselves with the craft that they do. For me, example, now I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I do a lot of like Google searching. I check on journals of people that are in the field that I want to be in. I have my inspirations too, of which is one of the greatest photographer, I believe, in South Africa. He's an old man, Peter Makubane. I don't know if you know him. When I look, he's one of those old mans who used to like take his camera, put in a loaf of bread, and take pictures during the times of apartheid and all those hard struggles. I mean, and when I look at his work, his pictures have been around the world, and people don't even know who took these pictures, you know. Um, and like, I really feel like that guy is just ah uh, and
Yeah.
Pinterest. Yeah, that's how I do it. So, how do you educate yourself, man, to better your craft as an artist? Um,
Um, you know, it's YouTube. YouTube helps a lot, you know, and I go online, and you know, like recently I started playing guitar, and
mm,
so that, you know, it's something that I really enjoy doing, because it has helped me a lot in terms of songwriting, and you
mm,
see all the songs that you hear, all the songs that I've released, I've never sat down and write them. I've never
Mm.
done that in life, and so no, no, no way. There's nothing fantastic about it. There's nothing fantastic about it. I have to explain this.
No,
It's
the thing is,
because
man, the reason why I'm clapping, man, is because if you don't write and I can relate to the music like I do, I mean that's powerful to me. I don't know the rest of the people that are watching, but to me that is very powerful. Um, like it shows
this
that you're really putting the emotion into it. So
that's
yeah.
so the process is this, right? I'll create a chord progression and then I'll loop it for like
Mm,
4 5 minutes. And then I'll start singing on the mic and I'll try to connect the emotions to a certain story. So if it says Ekaya or Molo Mama, like for instance, good example, the song Molo Mama, how it came about. As I played that do 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 do
mm.
do do, and
Oh,
that that chord progression really took me home, and I started thinking about my mom, my aunt who brought me up because she was getting old, and then I started singing. And literally, that song took me 15 minutes to record, like to make sense out of it. 15 minutes. Because I really was consumed. I was really consumed. And then once I record, once I sing all of those elements and then I'll layer because the sense is there and then I'll put the structure into the song. And then it happens that
mm.
sometimes when people are asking for the lyrics of the song, so I have to go and listen to the song over and over and over again. Because I forgot the lyrics. Once it's produced, once it's recorded, it's there. And and then um, and then now, just to get to now I started playing guitar. So now I actually started because it's a different experience for me. It's completely new. It actually happened
Mm.
this past week where I was sitting down writing for the very first time. You know, writing for the very oh, a friend of mine. I'm actually at an event in town, so they gave me this boardroom to sit in. I'm supporting him, so he came to check on me now. So, but anyway, so then I started playing and then I started singing and and it's such a wonderful experience too, you know. So anyway,
Mm.
thanks so much.
Yeah, so man. Now there's a question here. By Mrs. Nunu. Uti, does he see his music traveling, reaching the Western world, especially Europe side, the US? The reason I ask this is because Europe supports a lot of authentic African musicians. So, Hotman, I don't know if you got the question. Do you
I,
see your music traveling?
I think my music is getting there, you know, and already have people that are like constantly tagging BBC radio, and I've got people that are following my music from all corners of it, and it's not like I'm not saying there's like millions of them. It's just a matter of time, I think. I think with consistency, and then if I start keep creating, it's just a matter. This is what I believe. It's just a matter of who's listening now, you know, and I think
Mm,
it has gotten there, but the numbers, it might be 5 people, it might be 1 people, those people relate to it and then they feel it. And so yeah, I think it is, you know.
yeah, Hotman, I've got like two last questions for you, then I can let you um, do your thing, Hotman. If you could change anything in the industry, what would you change? Like in the music industry, what would you change?
Yo, man, that's a difficult question. But you know what, man? How I look at that question is that I think we need to educate anyone who wants to get into the music industry and just try to understand what exactly it is that they're getting into. Because the music industry is not going to change. If it does, not anytime soon. There's a lot of people that come in, they try to make change. But I think the change really is, it depends on the artist, on whoever that wants to get into that space. How are they how
Mm,
are they preparing themselves mentally? how are they preparing themselves skillfully, because how are they investing in themselves, because it's a I think we're looking at it the wrong way. This is my opinion. This is based on the interactions I had with artists and people in the industry, because it's a business, and one has to understand that when they get into it. And also, it's very important. I had this conversation with Jackie as well, that an artist needs to invest in themselves, and not only that, but also there's a sense of entitlement that comes with so many artists. Because if someone is going to put in a lot of work and trying to put you out there, they're investing in you as well. And there's a lot of expectation that goes around. However, if you are in a position where you are able to invest in yourself, where you're not desperate, don't put yourself in any desperate position, because when you're desperate, when you're an artist that you're desperate, it's easy for people to exploit you. But when you have something, even if you're cleaning the streets, it doesn't matter. As long as you know my goal is to go invest in my music until I can reach this number of people, then I
Yo.
that's the mentality that we need to change. We need to change it like that, but not try to change the industry, because the industry is gonna be the industry. You just need to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, quick advice to upcoming artist who's doing their thing, bedroom, studio, everything. Quick advice to them. Um,
You know, invest in yourself. Nobody else is going to do it the best way. Nobody else is going to do it in the way that you want. Invest in yourself. Prepare yourself mentally. Pretty much what I said, just to summarize that. And also, don't put yourself in a desperate position. Find a job while you start trying. Even if you get signed by a major, but keep your job until you can sustain yourself. Find a job so that you can invest in it, because the label is there to actually invest money in your craft. But if you have a job, then you can reinvest that money in your craft yourself and build a team and learn how the industry works and build friendship, people within this industry, and try to help you. So, because then it's much better. You are not told to do this and do that, and so you can actually learn how to work it in your so it can work your way instead of working against you. So
mhm. Yeah, come on. Let me just read this comment from Useli_Yanda. Uti, damn it, I'm late, and you are, bruh. But I can tell the Grootman is late, is rooted. Is his music available on all social media streams? Yes, it is. We answered that question. You can find his music anywhere on the platforms that you can search on about music. I'm talking your SoundCloud, your YouTube, Spotify, everything. You can find it there. Usis Nunu Uti, thank you at Digital Sangoma for your answer, and I wish you a great journey with your music. Museli Uti, powerful power, invest in yourself and trust the process. Herman, I think I'm gonna let you close up, Herman, with your last words, and then we can adjourn the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for the platform. I truly appreciate it, and thank you for your time. And yeah, man. Keep doing what you're doing too, and big up to you, and big up to everybody else who's doing whatever they're doing in their lives. And I think let's just share all the positive energy that we all carry, because we're all going through the most. And yeah, like, if you have time, you haven't listened to my music, it's out there, and share it to as many people as you can. And if it relates to you, I'm happy. And thank you for your time, and thank you to everyone for watching, and thank you so much for the love. And I appreciate you, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing, and let's stay in touch. And thank you so much.
Tamako, Sangoma,
Forever.
Tamako. Yeah, my closing words. As you all know, my name is Gospendule Ngwala, all the way from Queenstown, but it's St. George, which is the academics. But we here. Today I had Digital Sangoma, based in Cape Town, producer, yeah, beatmaker, I can say them all. Hotman, Yabulela, man, thank you for having the time for me to talk to you and share the information that you have within you. I really appreciate your music, and I want to really thank you for that type of music that you do and sticking to that sound that you chose, because I feel like I relate a lot to the sound yako and actually the emotion within the whole um, project Digital Sangoma. As I told you, I have my three favorite songs that I bump to almost each and every day. So yeah, it goes, man, thank you for your time. I understand that you were at the show and you gave me the time, Jay, just to squeeze me in. So, Ndiabulela, man, to everyone who's watching, thank you very much. I'm going to close the show. To everyone who joined, to everyone who commented questions, I really appreciate you guys. Until again, see you next week, same place, same time, different person. Sikoana, it's live. Good man.
Thanks, man. Take care, man.
And go, Sika. Uh, to everyone who's watching now, that was Digital Sangoma, born in the Eastern Cape. But yeah, he's based in Cape Town now. So yeah, people, I'm gonna close the show now. So thank you to everyone who joined me. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, and I love you so much. Love and lights. We out.